I'm at the old St. Mary's Church. I'm in, which is in the town of Eno, North Carolina, a little community, pretty much out in the country of Hillsboro. But this church was built in, I think, the 1870s or 80s, but I don't think it's used anymore. And we're gonna go down to the old cemetery in a little bit. I brought my light this time, so there's a grave. Yeah, they're really old graves that date back to the 1700s, some of them, so it'd be nice to have a light. Yeah, St. Mary's Chapel. The first one was built in 1759, which would have existed out here. Oh, okay, 1859, a couple years before. God, that would have been a couple years before Abraham Lincoln would have been elected. So I was a little off. I couldn't quite remember. But here's a whole ride up on it. Kind of cool to think it was built. And here's the old cemetery. And it says the earliest identifiable stone is that of Alice Vickers, and she died in 1780. Well, while there's a little bit of light, let's go down there. Here's the old wall around the cemetery. These are stones out of the Eno River, which the Eno River runs all through Hillsboro and neighboring towns. See, some of these are so old you can't even, everything's, I don't want to pull it up. See, it could be, the etching could be on this side of the rock. Oh. Hard to tell. Yeah, they're just kind of sad when the stones don't have anything on them. Maybe we can come across Alice Vickers. Yeah, I don't. So many. Bacon and Carrington. Okay, here's a grave from 1851. There's some up against the rocks. I can kind of make out 1858, but I don't know if that's a year of death or life, or death or birth. Yeah. Okay, 1800s, 1835. Nickels. It's almost, I can almost make it out better when I look through my my lens, because it's like a magnifying glass. Huh. That old wall is so cool. Kind of makes me think, I don't know why, of Pet Cemetery when they climb up the mountain. Another Nichols. They built them too thin back then, you know. You can understand, you know, money was scarce for a lot of people, so. Another nickels. Hey, look at that old, there's an old piece of stone that fell. It said Alice Vickers' stone name was identifiable, but there's a lot of nickels. Family that lived around here in the 1860s. I'm sure their descendants are still around. Yet another one. Nanny Nichols died in 1938. She lived a long life. Was born in the 1840s, lived to 1938. She wasn't far from 100. Faithful to the end. Awesome. He died, this guy died in battle in 1864. It's just too hard to, I'm losing light, and this light I have isn't the best. Some of this I'll go back and review later, see what I see. I'm just trying to film as much as I can while we have some light. Here's a couple. Mary, daughter of J.Y. Dorch, 1921. Now this one died in the late 1800s. Here's one. Here lies the body of, that's something they wrote a long time ago. Latta. Something Latta. I used to go to school with a Latta. Maybe it's one of his ancestors. Early 1800s, it looks like. Here's another. Here lies the body of John Latta. Hey, that's funny because I went to school with a John Latta, but his name was, I think, Jon. Could be wrong. He was born in the 1700s and died in the 1816. Age 39 years old. Actually, I'm 39. I'll be 40 here in a few days. I can't believe it. But that's look at this one way over. Wow, this has been hard to make heads or tails of much of anything on. Just time has taken its toll on it.